so slow. Hurry up. Stelios. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're joining me, Ruku, and I am live on my YouTube channel. Or if you've come here and you've clicked here from my Facebook page, that's Ruku's Beer. I'm here live today. Again, I did a live review a little while ago, and it was on the Baltijos, which was a Lithuanian beer. Here we go then, here's Grolsch, rather the wrong way around. Grolsch is a beer from Holland. I'm saturated in beer, so I do apologise if I keep fidgeting. It's just completely soaked here. The reason for that is because the head on this just didn't want to stop. It just kept going and going and going and going and going. And it still is now, look at that, still rising. So Grolsch is a lovely beer from Holland. There it is, from Holland. It is 5% and is a 500ml. Grolsch actually has a little something on the back for us fans to read. It says, at Grolsch we have a history of being hold on, I can't quite read that because it's wet. Unconventional, inspired by brewmaster Peter... I don't know how to pronounce this. So I'm not, but Peter something, who over 400 years ago published Boundaries by first combining two types of hops for a more vibrant taste and crisp finish. Back then a breakthrough, and today it's still a perfect brew. I do apologise for the burp in the middle there. Okay, and once again, just bear with me fans, I'm having a few problems, so I'll be back. Oh, there you go, right, I'm back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back. Right, so where was I? Yeah, Grolsch read a little bit out on the back there, just said about it being a wonderful beer and all the rest of it. This is a 500ml, and I think it comes in at 5%, yep. I don't know if I showed you that, but there it is, 5%. I do apologise for the lag. I know there's a lag on this video.
There you go, right, I'm back.
There you go. I've caught up with myself on the live streaming. I'm actually watching this as I'm filming, so I can see exactly what's going on. I can see your comments as well. So if you are here on the channel, come and join me on the right hand side. You'll see my little logo and the videos that pop up there, you know, like what you want to view next, etc. There's a little chat menu, so if you are on my channel, come and chat. Just click on it and type away, and it will come up on my screen, and I'll be able to see exactly what you're typing. So if there's anything you want to ask me during this review, go ahead, I don't mind. But if you've joined me on my Facebook page, then you're just watching this from YouTube and you don't have a YouTube account, then welcome, just keep watching. Right, so I'm going to move this because I'm just getting saturated everywhere in beer. There you go. The beer itself is very light coloured. Typical golden. You've got a stream coming here all the way. The head is absolutely fantastic. I mean, the head on this is, or was, really good. It actually came right over the top here, and hence why you can just see the ring of beer that's saturated. Still saturating, look, everywhere. But it was a good head, so it's now had time to calm. I've still got a little bit in here, so I'm just going to go and pour for you. Try and get this on camera. You even see the beer itself is extremely light. You just can't even see the beer. That's kind of cool. You know that by judging by the pour on that, that is going to be a clean beer that's going to have no shit in it, no nasty chemicals. Right, there's the head then, fans, viewers. Nice, big, thick, foamy, frothy, just how I like it. Nice and deep too. Let's crack on with the smells and then on with the taste. And by all means, again, if you've got any questions, and I keep stressing it, just come in and comment. Even after the video's finished on this channel, come and comment. Okay, smells of hay. Smells of hay. You've got a light, tiny bit of citrus there. It's very clean smelling. There's not a lot that gives the game away. Fresh, I guess. I guess fresh is a word. We'll use that. So very, very basic smells, non-offensive. So I've got a feeling this is going to be a clean beer. I've had Grolsch many times in the past. Gone off of it. I'll be honest, I've gone off of it. So now I'm going to try and retrain my taste buds for you, the fans. I'm going in a bit of a fucking muddle here, so there you go. Alright, sort myself out before I carry on. There you go, look at that. Right, to everyone, and here's the drinking. Okay, straight away, there's quite a bit of bitterness to it. I will say this, the head is what strikes me the most. It's just this frothy head, quite silky, quite smooth, rushes in there, attacks the taste buds. You get this overwhelming bitterness almost. The beer itself is light to medium bodied. It's quite average. It's not the best body I've ever had. It's not one of the beers that I would drink on a regular basis, purely because at the moment the off-put inside is the bitterness. Don't like bitter beer. But here we go, here's round two. There's a tiny bit of sweet in there. Again, can't get away from that bitterness. There's that bitterness all the way. I think that's coming from the head, so it's not the actual beer, it's just the head. So you've kind of got a tiny bit of sweetness, overwhelming bitterness there, but it's light. The body is light. It's the beery. It's medium. It's not watery, but it's not heavy. They've got it. It's perfect. They've got it just right. And the balance between the two of having that kind of non-heavy / light body, if you will, and having that bitterness, it contrasts two different things. Gives it a bit of a zing, bit of a punch, but then you know that you're in safe hands because it is a nicely balanced beer. Sweet malt, again, tiny bit of hay taste. I want to say a little tiny bit of cereal as well, maybe coming in there, just on the tongue, right to the back of the tongue. It's kind of, again, that head working its magic, the little fizz that it gives. Am I getting a bit of a dry mouth? Not quite, but it could get there, I think. I don't know if this is done deliberately to give it that little bit more difference to the beer, to the flavour and the body. There you go, my burp is a sign of good beer. I mean, to me, the colour is good. It's Pilsnerish, although in this light it does look darker, but in my eye that I'm looking at now, it is very, very clear, very golden, although on the camera it's looking strong and golden, so don't mistake that, actually. So what you're seeing is not actually how it's perceived. I'm just going to work the head a bit more for you fans. Just want to show you the lacing, because the lacing is pretty good. There you go, there's the lacing all the way around, as you can see. Just goes all the way around like that. And as we know, when that's good lacing like that, you know that the beer's doing its job properly, as it should. You want that soapy suddiness to it. You don't want a flat head, You don't want a head that's got no flavour. You want a head that's got flavour. It's, well, some people vary, but you want a decent head where it's going to show, whether it be thick, frothy, watery. The carbonation. The carbonation's okay, not the greatest. It tends to be a bit in the background. It's kind of the thing that doesn't want to be noticed, yeah? It's like the fat kid at a dance party. The fat kid's always at the back. To me, it wants to come forward. It needs to be there. It wants to be known, but it doesn't quite deliver. I mean, you just can't get your finger on it. It's got a light sweetness to the beer too, but it's not massive. It's not massive. So the Dutch have renowned for their beers. Some good beers, some shit beers, to be fair. I don't generally drink beer from Holland. Reason why is because I don't really get on with it. Well, not I don't get on with it, but to me, all their beer, nothing ever stands out. Nothing ever stands out. But I've just seen there on the can that this is a 2-hop recipe, apparently. So as you can see just at the bottom there. 2 hops, so I'm guessing that's what the fizz on the back of the tongue is. I'm guessing that's the hop working overtime on my taste bud. And that would explain why there's a little bit of bitterness to it. Maybe they've used a kind of different hop each time, so maybe they're 2 different hops. Nothing gives it away. Shit. Nearly. I'm just trying to find ingredients, but do you know what? There isn't any. This is so crafty. They've just got nothing on there at all. No ingredients. I mean, what the fuck's this made out of? It would be nice to know, Holland and Grolsch, if you're watching. No, nothing. I've checked the can back and thought there's no ingredients on it. All they give you is 2-hop recipe. Well, there's not. There's obviously more than 2 hops in this, because otherwise it wouldn't be a fucking beer, would it? Frustrating. Anyway, not a bad beer, not my kind of cup of tea. I've got off of it. I used to like it in the past. Gone off of it now, but my taste buds are slowly coming back to it. Maybe a few years before I get back into this kind of beer. Would I recommend it to people? I probably would. I mean, the age range for this beer would be anyone virtually, except for minors. But, you know, if you like a bit of a hop bite, then yeah, you'd love this. It's got a nice hop bite. The things that I do like about this beer, ironically, is the body. It's nice, it's light. I love the head, the fact that you get the head first impact. It's no messing around, straight in there. The colour's pretty decent. I don't really feel gassed out. I don't feel that I have the need to burp anywhere. I don't feel so bloated. There's none of that. This is kind of a cool, calming beer. Drinking on all occasions, yes, you probably would. But my opinion, I would probably drink this with a meal. I know Grolsch may go against that, but I would probably drink this with a meal. On the basis is that it's not got too much carbonation, there's that bitterness, and I feel that if you're having some kind of food, whether it be steak, fish, vegetables, whatever it is you're eating, the food would actually counteract the bitterness of this beer, so you can kind of, if you don't like the bitterness like I don't, it would overcome it. I think the flavour of the food would overpower the bitterness. But if you like the bitterness, then by all means, yeah, stay in, have a couple of these. Why not? Do apologise for the vibrating. That's my battery going low. So I'm going to have to round this off pretty soon. As you can see, I've worked my way pretty much through that. The lacing hasn't changed much. It's just got thicker, small bubbles, and look at that, you can actually see the bubbles. How cool is that? Working its way. Lovely stuff. What would I rate Grolsch? Well, I'm not a fan of it, so I can't really rate it. But for the average Joe, for the average beer drinker, to be fair, yeah, well, it's hard to say. I don't want to be cruel, but I don't want to be too praisable about it. So for that reason, I'd give it a 5.5. It's nice, but if you love it, you love it. But it's one of these beers I can't actually rate, so I'm only going to give it a 5.5. And just before I sign off, I will note this: you can buy it in swing top bottles as well. Swing top. They're the better ones where you can pop the lid and it seals it at the same time, so you don't, if you can't drink a whole one because you maybe you find it too bloating or whatever, you can actually pop it back in and it keeps beer cool, fresh. Good stuff. Right, I'm going to sign off and I'm going to do one more beer review after this live, so I'll be back in literally just a couple of minutes, so stay tuned. And I'll be cracking on to the Polish beer, Devawi. So wish me luck for that one. Well, on that occasion, like, comment and subscribe, and join me in literally a few minutes. Or if you're watching this when it's been pre-recorded, then just click the next video along. Thanks for watching. And join me in a few minutes.